So a judge has dismissed one charge against Daniel Penny, although another one still remains. And the $1 million question is, should he go free? Should he go to the penitentiary? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a judge dismissing one charge of manslaughter that Daniel Penny was facing, although another charge, negligent homicide, is still up in the air. It's still in question, and he could be convicted of that. Now, the jury was deadlocked on the manslaughter. They couldn't come to a conclusion. They couldn't say guilty, innocent, or whatever. Now, if you ask me for my opinion, I say that Daniel Penny's a hero. He shouldn't be in the situation. It's unfortunate that Jordan Neely, the person who died, it's unfortunate that he died. May he rest in peace. Prayers out to his family. But it's not Daniel Penny's fault. Not at all. Let's look at an article right here. Then we're going to get to some videos and whatnot. Now, the victim's father is suing Daniel Penny. I think this is ridiculous and no more than a money grab. Listen, I understand you lost your boy, and I'm not here to attack you for that. But suing him for what? Your son was very well known to be mentally unstable, very well known to be harassing people on the subway. He was one of the, top 10 people that they knew needed help. And when I say they, I mean NYPD authorities. He had been the problem for a long time. Now, in this case, in the subway, he was behaving erratically, acting the fool, scaring people. And Daniel Penny put him in like a chokehold. They may have a picture of it here. He put him in a chokehold. We'll see it in the other article. We'll see it in the video. And he was just trying to restrain him to keep him from acting up, which is what he was doing. And again, unfortunately, he died. I don't think this is a thing that he should go to prison for. Now, people a lot of times are saying, hey, there's somebody being beat up. There's somebody being harassed. A woman is getting slapped up by a boyfriend, all this, that, and the third, and nobody does anything. Everybody minds their business. Well, do you see why? Do you want to get caught up in a situation where you're trying to be a hero, you're trying to save people, and you get thrown in prison? Your life gets turned upside down. This case happened in 2023. We're going on to 2025 and it's still going on. Why would anybody want that for their life? Why would anybody want that for their life? And there's been other cases that have been similar to this. There was at least one other case where it was a black male involved and the same kind of thing happened, and the black male did not have all this stuff happen to him. He wasn't put in the penitentiary. He was not facing prison time the same way Daniel Penny is, okay? Now, BLM is kind of threatening that they may do something. Remember BLM, Black Lives Matter? Remember them, the group that was terrorizing the country for a while? Now, I'm not saying Hawk Newsom and this lady right here are going to terrorize the country, but I don't like their rhetoric. We're going to play some of this, and then we're going to get to a news clip with more information about Daniel Penny. And of course, everything will be in the description. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Shavonna Newsom, CHIVONA, NEWSOME. I'm the co-founder of Black Lives Matter Greater New York.
Is that his wife? That's Hawk Newsom right there. Is that his wife, his sister? Who is that? Y'all let me know in the comments.
I stand here heartbroken because I have to hug a father who knows that the murderer of his son will most likely go free, who has to look in the face of a jury that no matter the facts, no matter the expert witnesses, no matter the people yelling on that train that day to let Jordan go, you will kill him. They will not find a white man guilty of killing a black man in modern day America. This is no different than Jim Crow. This looks like a picture out of the picture book when you look at that anonymous jury. We have baby boomers who were there doing Jim Crow on this jury. We have young people who are looking at Daniel Penny as a hero. And what America is a hero, a killer. He didn't give a crap about Jordan. The medical examiner said Jordan turned purple. Yes, black people can turn purple when they are denied oxygen. Every lab report showed he died of asphyxiation. And that doesn't matter because they want to spare a white man the penalty of his crimes.
Let's go back here. Let's go back. Because you see this right here. He's fighting. So are you fighting to save yourself? Are you trying to fight the people the same way you were before you got put in the chokehold? You see, the thing that we're missing here is accountability. If Daniel Penny was not erratic and behaving like that, if he didn't do that all the time, then he wouldn't be right there to begin with. It's unfortunate that he lost his life, but this was no more than an accident that could have been prevented if he would be behaving properly on the train like everybody else was.
White man, the penalty of his crimes. America has not changed, and I hate to say it, it may never change. And people who keep asking, are we going to riot? Are we going to protest? Is that what's needed? Do glass have to break? Do cars have to burn for a black man to get justice in America? We can't show up with peace. We can't show up with facts. We can't show up with evidence and witness after witness. You give us nothing, and then you ask us to love this country. America hates black people, and we...
Okay, America hates black people. Well, you know what? I think most people, regardless of whether they're black, white, Puerto Rican, or Kenyan stripe, we dislike people that want to attack others, that want to disrupt peace, who cannot get along in society. That's what we hate. It don't matter what color you are. And that was Jordan Neely on that train that day. It is what it is. It is what it is, man. And, you know, it's unfortunate, again, that he passed. But what are you going to do? But you know what? The next time something like this happens, especially if Daniel Penny gets locked up, even if he doesn't get locked up, the damage has been done to his life. The next time a guy's on the train, acting the fool, wanting to attack people, wanting to harass people, wanting to slap old ladies or whatever is going on, the next time that happens, hey, I don't see nothing. Hey, ABL, why didn't you step in? I ain't trying to get locked up. I'm not trying to get locked up. Better them than me. That'd be the reality of it. And it's unfortunate that people have to think like that. But what else are you going to do when you want to be a good Samaritan and you don't get backed up and you don't get supported? And then there's a racial element there, discrimination because you're white. It don't matter. Like, you could be discriminated against for being white, black, or whatever. Nobody wants to experience that, so I'm hands off. Let's see what Cuomo says about it, shall we?
Now, the judge granted a motion by the prosecutors to dismiss the first charge. So that's out now. People are misunderstanding what the judge said. They said, no, he added a charge. No, he gave what's called an Allen charge.
So look, okay, there were 2 counts. The first, second-degree manslaughter, max 15 years in the penitentiary. That was the top charge. That has been dismissed because the jury was deadlocked on that. So he just went ahead and dismissed it. Now, what could happen, and I don't want it to happen, they may convict him on the lesser charge, negligent homicide, and that's max 4 years in the penitentiary if he's convicted, which is 4 years too many. He shouldn't be convicted at all, in my opinion, because this was no more than an accident that he engaged in because he was trying to help people on the plane, on the train.
Not a charge like one of these counts. It's an instruction to the jury. It's also called a dynamite charge. It comes out of a Supreme Court case from 100 years ago, where he is allowed to say to them, hey, go back in there, give it your best effort, and be open to changing your mind. And try to come to a conclusion. The concern with the Allen charge is that you make them come to a conclusion that they're not comfortable with. So then they still can't do it. The prosecutor comes and says, get rid of the first charge. So now the judge says, come back Monday, deliberate on the second lesser charge, criminally negligent homicide. The judge told the jurors, what I'm going to do is this manslaughter in the second degree is dismissed. Remember, the DA was okay with this. So why do you ever charge him with it in the first place? You are now free to consider count 2. Whether that makes any difference, I have no idea, but I direct you to focus deliberations on count 2, render a verdict on that one. The defense then asked for a mistrial, strongly objected to the dismissal of the charge, right? Saying this was essentially elbowing the jury to reach a compromised verdict. The defense also raised the question of whether or not a juror spoke to the press. Could also be grounds for mistrial.
Well, there's more, but because of time, I ain't going to play the entire thing, but you get the general idea of what's going on. There were 2 charges. You had, let's go back here. See, they put it on the screen. They had manslaughter and negligent homicide. The manslaughter, second-degree manslaughter, dismissed. Criminal negligent homicide, that's still on the table. So come Monday, they're going to deliberate, and there could be a decision as early as Monday. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, if you ask me, he shouldn't even be in the situation to begin with. There's been other cases similar to this in New York City, where the person does not get brought up on charges at all. They get to go home free. This was an accident. It was not intentional. And it was an accident that was done to help others, to maintain peace, and to keep a violent, erratic, dangerous person, probably on drugs. It's meant to keep that person from hurting others. Now, as I close, I want to say this. Again, rest in peace to Jordan Neely. Prayers out to his family. I'm not trying to be insensitive to his death, but he had been spiraling for years. He was very well known as a problem, as a guy that was just not really there. What should have happened was he gets the medical, mental help that he needs before this thing happened. Because I'm going to tell you something else. Even if Jordan Neely never meets Daniel Penny, the way he was going and the way he was spiraling would have resulted in something bad happening regardless. It was just only a matter of time. And unfortunately, his time was 2023 on that train. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about what happened here, or what's happening here? Do you think Daniel Penny should go to the penitentiary to make big rocks to little rocks? Should it be free? Should he even be in court at all? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. He shouldn't be in a situation. But since he is in a situation and people are looking at this like, you know what? I don't want to be Daniel Penny. I don't want to have my life turned upside down because I want to help people and be a good Samaritan. So whenever I see a guy on the train acting the fool, wanting to slap women up, wanting to spit on people, whatever he's doing, I'm going to just go my own way. I'm going to leave. I'm going to get out the way and let whatever happens, happens, because I'm not trying to get locked up for helping people. It's just as simple as that. And it's unfortunate, but what else are you going to do? What else can you do when you see something like that going on? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.